Hello everybody. This is the Geek here. Because on my other, my browsing channel, somebody asked me how I would convert an entire song and put it onto a Genesis ROM for use on either real hardware or an emulator. So I'm gonna go show you guys how to do it. Now, honestly, it's not all that hard. First off, you need to come up here to where it says Samples, right there. Hit Edit. This little tab will pop up right there. Just click on New, and bingo. Now then, I've already converted a whole bunch of stuff, like, obviously you see stuff like We Got the Beat, or some Beatles songs. For simplicity's sake, I'm just gonna go with one of the ones that I wrote. Yeah, this one right here. So, we'll open that up. Then you'll know it's right whenever you can hit this, and then obviously hear it. Okay, now since I own the rights to this song, I shouldn't have to worry about anything. So, right now you'll see that it's playing at 22 megahertz, I think? Whatever that means. Well, I know what it means, it's just that I don't feel like saying it right now. But if you wanted to change it out, you'd hit load, and then, like, I want to hold your hand. Or something like that. Okay? So, we'll just use that. Okay. The rest of the way is the Sega Genesis only has one channel available on it that you can use for like samples. That's FM6 in DefleMask. This is the only one that's allowed to play samples. Now then, in the SGDK, which I've tried to use, I'm still trying to learn, but bear with me, you can easily just play 4 samples concurrently, kind of like on the Amiga. However, in DefleMask, you're pretty much locked into the VGM format, which only allows 1. So what you'd want to do is you would have your samples highlighted in green, like so. If you have this done, and then you just tap on the keyboard, it's... yeah, you're basically playing an instrument. But the samples is kind of like your vintage drum sets. So if I hit this, obviously, there it goes. Okay, hold on. I gotta mute that so that I don't get a copyright strike. There we go. But anyway, that sample will keep on playing because it doesn't have any reason for it to stop. Okay, so what you want to do is you'll come down here, hit the space bar so that you know you're recording, and you'll get a nice red background. Then you press your Z key, which acts as, well, the C. Here, I don't know why this works, but I type 17. And then right here is a 1, I think? Yeah, I think that's it. Okay, then whenever I hit the play button, that's instantly going to start playing it until the end of the thing. It'll just keep on repeating. So what you want to do is up here, you only have one of these. You want to keep on inserting those, and all that is just like, it's kind of like a bar in regular music reading. Then this tells you how fast it's going to play on bass. Like, the higher the number, the slower it's going to go. And then, like, your 3/3 like a waltz or whatever. I usually like to crank the rows up to the max because that tells you how long a bar is. And that just allows your song to be a bit longer. And then right about the end, or where you think it's going to end, come down here, like, let's say right there. Press your spacebar to make sure that you're recording and hit tab. And as you can see, that places a nice little off right there. And what that does is basically it's telling it, well, like on a piano, whenever you tap and hold a note, that's what you're basically doing. Off tells it to release that note, as in let go, to quit pressing it. And that's all that it's doing. Okay, now then, to get this as ROM, you want to hit File, Save ROM, right there. And bingo, it'll save it as a .gen file, which is very handy indeed. And so here in just a sec, I am going to switch over to my EverDrive so I can show you what one of the files looks like, okay? Okay, I'm now on to my Genesis, and yes, this is a real Genesis using an EverDrive. Here, I'll prove it. Here, look. See? Okay, now all my stuff is in Genesis sampled songs. And let's see. we'll do Fist Bump, because I'm not going to get a copyright strike on that one for some reason. Start game. This is what the ROM is going to look like. Okay, sorry about that. I had to tell my sound system to actually use the Genesis. So, here you go. And there you go. Now then, just as a fair warning, no, you cannot have any songs that are larger in size than about 4 megabytes, because if you do, that exceeds the maximum right of Devil Mask, because Sonic, well, I think it was Sonic 3 and Knuckles that actually was the largest, being at around 4 megabytes, so Devil Mask cannot write anything bigger than an original cartridge can. Second thing to note is the starter file that I will be including down in the description. So go ahead and look there. It's a Google Drive link. It's perfectly safe. If you find a whole bunch of just like C all in a row, that was my early attempts at trying to make sure that it looped, or that it would stop the song and not just glitch out. Because if you do not add that off point, then it's just going to keep on going like this on the piano keyboard, essentially, and you don't want that. So, yeah, just so you know, I do not condone piracy, but honestly, can't really say much considering I have every single Mega Drive, Genesis, 32X, and CD game on here. So, and hey, I found them on Archive. It's perfectly legal. Besides, oh well. Well, anyway, you guys have fun with that. And hey, comment down below if you find anything interesting about it. See you later.